What is up, guys? It's your boy DTLF here with my co-host Lou. What up, Lou?
What's going on, everybody? What's up, Dan? What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Just getting ready to break down this NBA on NBA Coast to Coast with Dan and Lou. Hopefully, everybody's settled in. We got a lot to talk about. And towards the end of the show, or not towards the end, like middle of the show, we're gonna fire up the NBA trade machine and see what Lou thinks of my trades I have put together that I think would be interesting for the NBA. With the trade deadline looming. So we're going to break it all down. We're going to start with the rumors first, though. We're going to start with the rumors because there's plenty of them to talk about, man. And we're going to start with the Lakers right here in my backyard. Apparently the Cavaliers appear to be on board with LeBron James finishing his career in Cleveland. Last night, my Lakers got beat down. I mean, absolutely beat down by the Cavs by 30 piece, bro, in LeBron's return to Cleveland. And they played a nice little emotional video for LeBron where he teared up. I want to know what you think, Lou. Do you think Lou's going to finish his career with the Lakers, with Cleveland, or somewhere else?
Somewhere else. I don't think. I don't see that Cleveland reunion, man. It doesn't make sense to me. Aside for LeBron and only for LeBron, it doesn't make sense for the team. It doesn't make sense for the players that they got there. And in LA, I feel like you guys are already done with him. I mean, I know you appreciate him, but I don't think you guys want to keep continuing forward with the whole Rich Paul LeBron thing.
Yeah. Hey, what up, Laker girl? Good to see you. I gotta say, okay, I'm shocked you said that. I'm really shocked you said not Cleveland, because for me, I think it makes good sense. Cleveland, since LeBron left, haven't been past the second round, and I actually think he would fit in there. But it makes more sense monetary wise, right? We know Dan Gilbert's a businessman. You get a farewell tour, man. You're talking about sellouts every game, especially if he announces it before the season starts next year. You sell it now every game. You know, the jersey sales go up. You get a percentage off of that if he's in a Cleveland jersey. I think money-wise, it makes a lot of sense. And, you know, he would have to take a pay cut to go there. So if he does, I think it's a win-win. You get a player of the magnitude and the caliber of LeBron James. He's still going to be, I think, a 2010 guy, even in potentially his final year of his career. And you add that to Donovan Mitchell, he might be exactly what they're missing, bro, to get to the Eastern Conference Finals at least, you know, because they haven't been there. I would say that Cavs team is a little underwhelming with Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, and everything they got. They haven't really got past the second round. So I actually think it makes sense. Now, I'll ask you this. If you don't see him with the Lakers or the Cavs, where do you see him? I think you mentioned last week. But
Golden State. If he's going to go anywhere else, it's going to be somewhere where it's hot. I don't see him moving his family again out of California. So it's got to be Golden State. I doubt the Clippers. I don't think he's going to go to the Clippers. So it's either Golden State or Sacramento, and Sacramento doesn't make sense either. So my gut says Warriors if he doesn't go back to the Lakers.
Can you imagine, because we're going to talk about the Giannis trade right now, but can you imagine if Giannis goes to the Warriors and then LeBron takes a pay cut to go there and they form a super team with Curry?
That's a LeBron move. That's a LeBron move, man. I hate to say it, but that's a LeBron move right there. I can see that.
My goodness, well, that would be scary. But again, I still think he's going to end up in Cleveland for that reason. I think, you know, he wants his farewell tour. He was teared up. He loves the love they give him there. I think the hometown love is second to none for him. And so I do believe he will be there. Let's kind of shift gears a little bit to Giannis. Giannis Antetokounmpo reportedly has the 76ers on his radar and likes Tyrese Maxey. Okay, that's the first time I heard that rumor. Yeah. How would that fit look like, man?
I mean, it'll be great for Giannis. It'll suck for the Milwaukee Bucks. To be honest, the only money that they have there is Embiid, and you're not going to swap Embiid for Giannis. I mean, you know, I wouldn't. If I had Giannis, I wouldn't do it. So I don't think it makes sense. I think he's just if it came out of his mouth, or is that just a report? Or
that's a report that's coming out from Mark Stein and Jake L. Fisher. They're pretty good.
Oh, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I mean, hey, look, he's probably just throwing teams out there as a, hey, I really want out of here. Like, I'm not just gonna narrow it down to one team. I'm willing to go anywhere. Just get me the hell out of here. So that could be something like that. I just don't see that move happening. I don't think Milwaukee's gonna accept trying to go around Embiid. Doesn't make sense.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy to see that he reportedly already is ready for a new home and he would like it sooner rather than later. What percentage would you put on, because I think it's 50-50 right now that he gets traded at the deadline, but what percentage would you put on him getting traded at the deadline or versus, you know, in the summer?
It's same with me. It's 50-50 just because I don't it's drastic to make a move at this part of the season. Obviously, he's going to want to go to a contender. But if you're a contender, you don't want to make too much of a drastic roster change if you're in a top seed. Like, if you're top 5 in each conference, it's kind of hard to just trade 3 or 4 of your guys to bring in Giannis and then have to start the whole chemistry thing over when you're going into the playoffs in the second half of the season. So, I mean, I don't know. It really depends. I think if there's a team out there that can really give a good offer and keep their core, I think it'll happen. I'm thinking San Antonio. I'm thinking OKC. Those 2 teams stand out the most because they have the pieces to get them and the picks to get them without messing up their core.
You are a genius, Lou. You basically playing spoilers to some of the trades I have at the end of the trade machine video.
Oh, okay.
No, I love it though because we're thinking alike. I'm thinking that's the scariest places you just mentioned already, and I'm gonna touch on it at the end, but I already prepared the trades.
Yeah.
Scariest places you can go to are the ones you just mentioned because you said they keep all their assets and they have the picks to do it and the young pieces to flip for them. So, but there's another team here that's very intrigued by him, and apparently there's mutual interest. And I would hate it if he goes there. I think I'm no longer a Giannis fan if he goes there. But the Warriors have conveyed firm interest, according to multiple reports, and their willingness to offer aggressively multiple first-round picks, potentially Jimmy Butler or Draymond Green, okay, for salary matching, plus Jonathan Kuminga and Brandon Podemski with all their picks they have, which is like 2 or 3 first-round picks, all right? Would that be enough to move the needle, you think, for Milwaukee?
No.
I know you would like to be there, but no? How you feel?
Not for Milwaukee. For Giannis, yes. I can see Giannis wanting that. But there's always 2 sides to a trade. There's 3 sides to a trade. The player and the 2 teams. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I don't see Milwaukee accepting Kuminga and Pods with a few picks that are going to be low picks, if you think about it. Because if Curry plays another 3 seasons and Giannis is still there for 3 more, those picks aren't going to be that well. So I don't think it goes down.
Bro, man, I'm telling you, man, I really hope you're right because I would hate to see Giannis in Golden State. I think that's the Golden State, Boston, and the Clippers are the 3 places I really don't want to see him. Like, I feel like I would completely start to dislike Giannis if he goes to any of those teams, man, and just buys into that culture. But yeah, it's crazy to think that I really don't believe the Draymond rumors. I don't think the Warriors are willing to trade Draymond. They basically bit the bullet on him. They picked him over Kevin Durant. I think Curry wouldn't be happy with that. They've literally like jumped through hoops just to keep Draymond on there. I just don't see a world where they trade Draymond this late in his career. Milwaukee won him.
So the only reason I think this is different than the Durant situation is because the reason they kept Draymond, not only because they had chemistry and a friendship, but Draymond is essentially the point guard. If you think about it, he's really the guy that orchestrates the offense while Curry's running off ball and catching and shooting. So bringing in a guy like Giannis, he could play that role. Giannis is a really good passer. He's 7 foot tall, and he sees the court. You could sacrifice Draymond and bring in Giannis because he does exactly what Draymond does, but better. Whereas Durant doesn't really play that role, so it was more of a scoring role. When you didn't need that, you had to keep Draymond. I think Giannis could fill that Draymond role pretty good.
Yeah, it would be nuts, but I don't see why Milwaukee would be intrigued by that package. First of all, you got Kuminga. He's an unproven prospect. He's shown flashes, but flashes are never good enough in this league because Adam Morrison showed flashes in Charlotte. You know what I mean? So it's like flashes are never good enough to get you a megastar like Giannis. I think you need an established young piece. And then their draft picks, especially if they trade Giannis there, would be worth shit, for the next couple of years. So you got Draymond, who's a head case. I don't think anybody wants to take on his contract. You got, Jimmy Butler, who's hurt. What I'm saying? Like, what the fuck would you do them the favor of taking an injured player who still has another year? By the way, bloated. I mentioned since they made the trade, it was an overpriced, overpaid contract. $60 million a year just to sit on his ass. He might not even come back next season. And so, I really don't see Golden State. Now, as a Knicks fan, bro, you texted me last night. You're telling me, bro, I'm ready, for the Lakers and the Knicks to make trades. Yeah. I want to know, as a Knicks fan, make your case right now. All right, if Leon Rose is watching this video, why should the Knicks trade for Giannis, and what would you give him?
anything but Brunson and OG. It's the only thing that I want to keep OG and Brunson, first of all. And the reason why you do it, he's a generational talent. And I can't remember the last time the Knicks had a generational talent on their team ever in life, even before I was born. We've never had a talent that's top 3, top 5 in the NBA ever. So you'll be dumb not to make the move, in my opinion. You're very silly if you don't make that move. And I hear a lot of Knicks fans on my end when I talk about it. They say, "Oh, but we're giving up too much, too much." There's no such thing as too much when you're getting a bona fide top 5 MVP candidate year in and year out, all NBA, all defensive player of the year candidate. There's no such thing as too much for that. You give up what you need to give up as long as you keep your main guy, which is Brunson. You get the other guy, and then you figure it out afterwards.
You know what? That's a great take. And I 110% agree, man. And I said the same thing when we traded for AD, when there was Laker fans that didn't want to give up Brandon Ingram and all these guys. I'm like, no, you do it. I said the same thing when we traded for Luka. People were hurt and thought we gave up. I don't know. There was some people that thought we messed up in that trade. I don't know why. But they're like, bro, we needed another big, not Luka. It's like, it's not about that. It's when you, like you said, when you get a generational talent, you put all the needs to the side.
Yep.
And you make it happen. You figure it out afterwards. Okay. Yep. You get the piece, you have it in place, and now you can build through and around him. You know, and that's the case. I agree with you. And I actually got a Knicks trade for you that I'm gonna want you to assess towards the end of the video. And it's for Giannis. Okay, so spoiler alert, but yeah, I think you pretty much touched on it right now. Hey, Striker, good to see you. Good afternoon. But yeah, look, I'll say this. It's going to get interesting. I'm 50-50 if Giannis gets traded. I'm not sure if he will. According to multiple reports, the Knicks are actively pursuing and seen as one of the strongest contenders to get Giannis. Giannis wants the Knicks, you know, so that's good news. I mean, you want a player that wants you guys back. You know, because that hasn't been the case for a long time. I think Leon Rose has done an exceptional job of kind of establishing you guys as a winner lately, right? Yep. So the Miami Heat is another one that's pretty dangerous to land him. I think that might be the biggest competition to anybody that wants to land him. Miami, New York, Golden State to a lesser degree. I just still don't think they have the package. And who else do you see? Because apparently he might be interested in going to Minnesota. You buy that?
I don't buy that. I don't see that. It's hard with these trades, man, because at the end of the day, like I said, you got to take into place of what Milwaukee wants too. It's not only about what Giannis wants. Giannis can say, I want to go anywhere. It doesn't matter. I need to get something in return. And when you talk about Miami, draft picks are cool and all that, but draft picks are gamble. It's gambling pieces. You never know what you're going to get in the draft.
True.
And they don't have a superstar there to pair him with. It's hard to make a deal. Why would you want to go? If I'm Giannis, why would I want to go to Miami? Now you're going to strip away the picks. So now I'm going into a team with no picks for the future, and there's no superstar there to help me out. I mean, Hero's nice, Bam's good, but they're not top of the line, top 10, top 15 players. So I don't see why he would want to even go there. I mean, you know, who knows? Maybe the lifestyle, maybe off the court stuff, who knows? But I don't see Miami as a good place. You got to think of teams that are going to have established good elite talent when he comes on the team, and they're going to stay there. And those are the teams that I look. That's why I brought up OKC, San Antonio, and things like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely, bro. You're absolutely right. And it's not easy to make trades. Listen, man, I went on this website and you got to get it right. Some teams are hard cap, some teams are over the cap, some teams are under the cap. You got to get it just right. The money has to work. The interest has to be there. The picks have to be available. It's just too many moving components and factors that you really have to get it right. So this is why I'm 50-50 on the Giannis trade. Giannis has mentally already checked out from Milwaukee. He don't want to be there. His body language is disgusting just because, you know, he wanted to be out of there since this summer, right? Yeah. You guys had talked to Milwaukee, so the flirting had begun since the summer. I knew, Lou. I knew the day that Doc Rivers joined the Bucks that Giannis was going to want out eventually.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Doc Rivers is the Grim Reaper of teams. He went everywhere he goes. Players went out. It happened with the Clippers. You know, I seen it happen when they had the Lob City Clippers, right? So
Philly too.
And Philly, exactly. Yep. So yeah, man, that coach right there. Now, I want to talk about a couple of other players drawing interest around the league, and you tell me as a Knicks fan who you would be interested in, and Laker fans, you guys tell us as well as a Laker fan if you guys would be interested in the name or not. All right, but these are actual rumors going on right now with legitimacy. Okay, the Chicago Bulls players like Kobe White are drawing interest in the trade market. Okay, Ayo Dosunmu, who I like a lot, by the way, perfect type of player that I think the Lakers could acquire and would definitely be a great defensive player. Trey Jones from the Bulls. All right. From the Indiana Pacers, Benedict Mathurin is available in trade talks.
He's
All right, that's another young prospect right there that never fully developed, but has shown more than enough, and including in the playoffs. John Morant, it's been. By the way, Lou, things have been quiet on John Morant. Do you think the Grizzlies are kind of having cold feet about trading him?
No, I think if anything, those are signs of he's going to get moved, because when you don't hear anything, that's usually the trade that happens.
I like that.
Yeah, I think if anything, that means he's out.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. We get a John Morant trade at the deadline. The Pelicans sound like they're unlikely to move big names like Zion Williamson, Trey Murphy III, or Herb Jones before the deadline, but they're open to discussing players like Jordan Poole, who, in my opinion, is not a winning type of player. No. I say stay the heck away from him and anybody with common sense. San Antonio, okay, they're interesting because they like you said, they have a lot of chips. They have a lot of blue chips, young players, picks, etc. So they're going to be interesting at the trade deadline as well. My Lakers, man. My Lakers recently have become willing to move Rui Hachimura. So that's interesting. And the Pelicans, we've heard of players like Yves Messi and Jose Alvarado, who I'm a big fan of, become available for sure. So what names from some of the list I mentioned, or any names you have off the top, would you like the New York Knicks to look at, man?
The last two you just mentioned right now, Alvarado and Messi. Ves Messi, what's his name? Ves Messi, the center.
Yeah, Yves Messi. Yeah.
Those two guys, they're on small contracts, and if we can't land the big fish, I don't mind getting rid of some of our role players that aren't even playing, like Yabusele and Clarkson's been playing, but now he's been benched for the last 10 games, haven't even touched the court. So hey, we can swap those two for those guys. I'm all for it.
Those are guys that I'm interested in the Lakers in getting as well, man. I'm not gonna lie, we think very alike, and those are like more realistic, I think, pieces that teams like mine and yours, Luke, can maybe make. My guy Kyle Cruz says my Rockets could use Kobe White. Bro, there's a lot of teams that could use Kobe White. He's nice. Yeah. He's basically a 20.5 assist player, and he's shifty, athletic. I mean, who doesn't like a guard like that, right? But also, Ayo Dosunmu, I really like a lot, man. He's a scrappy old school player. I think both of our teams can use a player like that. You can never go wrong with a player like that, man. Reminds me of a young Meta World Peace. Maybe not as tough, not as strong, but very, very scrappy. Maybe like a Matt Barnes type. I like players like that. And we already mentioned Benedict Mathurin. What could he command on the open market? Because
he's probably the best. He's probably the best player that you mentioned. Him and Kobe White are probably the two best players you mentioned. I could see a team giving up a few picks for him, and like a contending team too. I can see a contender going for him. I don't know who. I can't think off the top of my head who, but I'm sure there's a team out there that'll go for that if he's up for grabs.
Yeah. Well, we'll see, man. Again, February 5th is the NBA trade deadline, guys. I got you guys here covered with a trade deadline special. Now, Yahoo Sports with an interesting report from Brian Windhorst. I don't know how legitimate this is, but the Lakers almost certainly are going to ask LeBron to take a significant pay cut if he returns next season. Okay.
Yeah.
We know LeBron doesn't like pay cuts. He doesn't believe in pay cuts. But for the right situation, I think he will take a pay cut. Do you think this is like the nail in the coffin for the Lakers' relationship with LeBron? Is this like our way of saying you can go?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's you can go, but it's the Lakers' way of saying, hey, you're not the franchise anymore. We want you here, but if you come back, it's going to be at our price, not yours. Now, it depends on LeBron's ego. If he can accept that, if he really wants to be a Laker for the rest of his career, then, he'll ride around and do it. But I don't know. I don't see LeBron's ego accepting to get paid less than Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic and whoever the third guy might be with the free agency. I don't see LeBron accepting that.
So you think what Lou is telling us is that he believes LeBron is as good as gone this offseason, because I do as well. I would be, bro. The only way I can see LeBron coming back is if we, by some miracle, make an insane trade at the deadline or two, a couple of trades here and there, and then we end up winning the championship. That's the only way that I could see him coming back for another year. But even then, he wins a championship here, then all of a sudden, hey, I've done everything I needed to do there. I go wherever I want, you know? So I agree, bro. I think, and some people don't want to accept it. They believe, oh, why would he uproot his family and leave Los Angeles? Like, you don't have to do that. He's just going to play probably one more year. He could leave him there. Yeah. So it's like these players travel a lot anyways, during this course of the season. There's not much of a difference between, the extra 40 games you're at home versus, less games. It's just we'll see what happens. Plus, he got homes in different cities, man. He got a home in Cleveland. He got a home in LA.
Bro, yeah, this is a billionaire, bro. He could have a house in every state if he wanted to right now. He's good.
That's why I keep telling people, man. I keep telling people that we can't judge the players the same as by our metric and our standard, because they're different, man. They got money. They don't mind traveling. It is what it is. All right, guys. All right, so we covered some of the trade rumors, some of the talk here. Man, look. I'm gonna say this about the Lakers right now. We are 10 games over 500. How many games over 500 are the Knicks, bro?
Shit. Last time I checked.
Oh, I have it here. So the Knicks are 11 games over 500. We're basically in the same boat.
On the same thing. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say like 15, 12, 13, but I guess we're worse than I thought.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah. So you guys have been struggling lately, but the last 4 games you won 4 games in a row, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, after we went 2-11, man, and then we picked it up.
Yeah, but I mean, at least you guys started picking it up, man. This is good. Yeah. You're still second in the East right now, but there's like a virtual 3-way tie here.
Yeah,
a little streak can drop you guys off for sure. My Lakers, on the other hand, bro, we're in the Wild Wild West. We have basically the same record as your Knicks, bro. Basically, your Knicks are 29-18. My Lakers are 28-18. So basically the same record. Yeah. And this has always been the difference in the West and the East is the West is always so stacked and so competitive, right? So what gives you guys the second best record in the East gives us the 5th best record in the West. So it's a perfect comparison. So I want to ask, man, how desperate should the Lakers and the Knicks be to make trades at the deadline, bro? Based on what
really desperate, especially for the Knicks, because I know the East is there. The East is there for the taking. So why not take it? Why not go for it? If you can. I mean, for the Lakers, it might be a little bit different. The Lakers want to win a championship, obviously, and they have a top 3 talent on their team. But like you said, the West is stacked. So I could see why the front office might not make a huge splash, because they might feel like, hey, LeBron's out on the way out, and OKC's still up top. Maybe this move is not going to get us over the top to OKC. Who knows what they're thinking? On the East, bro, there's nobody there but what, Detroit? Why not make the move? Why not try your best to get at least get to the finals? If you lose in the finals, it is what it is. But try to get there for once.
I 110% agree, and I've even gone as far as to tell Laker fans that this might be a gap year for us, just to start over, not over, but start with some cap space.
Yeah, like a refresh.
Yeah, and without LeBron potentially next season. So what up, CJ? Good to see you, bro. But yes, you're right. I think the Knicks should be a little bit more desperate than the Lakers because it's wide open in the East right now. And I already showed you the records are the same, but you guys are number 2 in the East. So I would definitely go for it. And on that note, I'm going to fire up the trade machine, man, because you know what? I have some trades.
Real quick, before you fire up the trade machine, I just got one thing I want to say real quick. They got to eliminate the conferences, man. I feel like it's time. I think we're past that. Just like you know how the All-Star team, they got rid of positions. Now it's like front court and back court.
Yep.
Times change, man. And these divisions and conferences, those are old things. We got to just 1 through 30. And if you're not a top 16 team, you can get the hell on. That's how I feel it should go.
You know what? I 110% agree. I've been advocating for this for years. Yep. Ain't that right, Chad? I've been saying we should eliminate conferences and have like 1 through 16. In the playoffs, and can you imagine a playoff matchup of Lakers versus Knicks? Like that would be.
That's what I'm saying.
I would love a first round series of Lakers versus Knicks or whatever, man. That would be awesome, man. Yep. Hey, Solo, you're late, but you came right on time, my guy, because we're about to fire up the NBA trade machine. I got some trades I want the chat to react to. I want especially Lou to react to, and we're gonna figure out why this would be good both ways or not, and who should do it more and who shouldn't. All right, so let's start with this trade up. The first one, man, and we got to start right here in my backyard with the Lakers. All right, and I'll tell you the trades. I know it's smaller on your phone.
Yeah.
So the trade I propose is the Lakers and Pelicans, where the Lakers get Herb Jones, Sadiq Bey, Jose Alvarado, and Carlo Matovic. All right, we give up Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, Dalton Connect, a Duke Thero, and a second-round pick and a protected first-round pick that doesn't show on the screen. Okay. But I'm gonna explain to you what my thought process is and why I think both parties should do it. For one, the best asset in this trade is Herb Jones. I get that. But he's on a 5-year contract, okay? And the Pelicans aren't going anywhere. They're better off starting from scratch and trading everybody away if I was the Pelicans personally. On top of that, you get an expiring contract in Gabe Vincent, you get an expiring contract in Maxi Kleber, you get a young prospect in Dalton Connect, a young prospect in Adu Thero. You get 2 picks, a second-round pick and a first-round pick, top 14 protected. And you're adding assets to your team, right? Whether it's for different trades or whether it's for something else. So I think in that sense, the Pelicans might consider it. From our perspective, you're giving up Gabe, Maxi. They don't give you nothing. Dalton, those are all dead weight players. Adu Thero, who's a very good prospect. He was a top 35 pick. He's been injured all year, though. We don't have time for that right now. Plus, you give up, a first-round pick. That's probably the worst thing you're giving up. But you get Herb Jones, all right, who obviously is clearly perfect for this team to help to elevate us. You get Sadiq Bey, who's a 3-and-D guy. You get Alvarado, who's going to replace any sort of lack of production Gabe was giving you, and just to throw in players, just to make the salaries work. Why or why not should the Pelicans make this trade,
bro? I mean, for the financial reasons, it makes sense for sure. But I feel like the Pelicans might try to make 3 trades with each of those guys and try to get back as much as they can from every other team. I think the Lakers have a strong chance to get Herb, though, for sure. I think there was mutual interest there. So maybe if you just put Herb Jones for, like, Gabe and a protected pick or something like that, I think that'll be more of what the Lakers might do. But I just feel like New Orleans might – Sadiq Bey is still a good player. Herb Jones is a really good player. And Alvarado has interest all around the league. So I think they will take those 3 guys and then just try to, like, get as much as they can from each of them versus just sending them to one team and getting back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure, for sure. That would make a lot of sense for sure. I mean, teams always trying to maximize value and get in return. So I could definitely see that. The only thing is I'm not sure they're getting better than a first-round pick and a second-round pick for some of these guys. But we'll see. The league is thirsty for trades, man, and we're going to see. Nothing has happened yet. But, all right, let's move on to our next trade. And our next trade involves, again, I'm going to say the Lakers, the last Laker trade for last. So let's go with a different ball club, man. Let's go with the New York Knicks, all right?
Okay.
And this is for Giannis, bro. This is for Giannis. This is just an absolute monster trade for Giannis. It's Giannis and Thanasis because we know they're a package deal, right? For Carl Towns, all right? I don't know who this guy is. Pakami Diet?
Oh, Gomadadi, yeah.
Is he good at all? I don't know. I threw him.
He's actually really good, but he's a young kid, so we don't play him.
Okay. And we're gonna throw in Jordan Clarkson, like you mentioned already, bro. He's not getting any PT, and he's on a very reasonable, I think, expiring contract, right? So I think we also throw in a first-round pick via Washington that you guys have in 2026, right? Your own first-round pick and a second-round pick via, I think, Orlando or Detroit or Milwaukee. I'm not sure which one. It has 3 names on there, but
yeah,
this works money-wise. Why would the Knicks do it or not, and why would the Bucks do it or not?
The Knicks would do that trade in a heartbeat. The Knicks would do that one, that specific trade right there in a heartbeat. I don't think the Bucks are doing that though. I don't see a world where we keep all of our starters except for one for Giannis. I think it's gonna take Mikal and Cat or OG and Cat. As much as I don't want that, as a fan, I don't want that. But I see them taking 2 of our guys in exchange for one of theirs. But that looks good to me. I would do that trade in a heartbeat, man.
Well, the reason, and I tried so many different ways to include those players you mentioned. Mikal Bridges is restricted, man. He's restricted
to the first, yeah.
It's hard to trade him. And then OG Anunoby has a big contract. So in that case, you might have to involve a third team just to make the
that's the I don't know if you've heard the trade with the Trailblazers. That's what's supposed to be going on. Because Macau can't get moved to the 1st of February.
I see.
So the rumor was Portland gets involved. They take Macau and Yabusele, I think it was, and then Jeremy Grant and Giannis get sent to New York, and Cat and a few other pieces goes to Milwaukee or something like that, something along those lines.
Okay, yeah, that would be really interesting for sure, man. A 3-team deal like that would be really, really interesting. All right, let's do the second trade I have in line for the Lakers, man. And this one I think could be really probable for sure. We might have to swap in a protected pick just to incentivize things. But here's my second Laker trade. All right, so it would be the Lakers give Michael Porter Jr. and Drake Powell to make salaries match because again we don't want to be hard capped. And then we give up Rui Hachimura, who's on a 1-year deal. Okay, I don't think the Lakers are going to want to pay him, so I could definitely see him getting moved by the deadline. We give up Jared Vanderbilt, who's on a 3-year but very affordable $11 million a year for his defense. And then you give up Gabe Vincent, who's an expiring contract, plus a second-round pick and a protected first-round pick from Michael Bridges. Who does it? Who doesn't do it? What do you think of this trade?
It depends on what Brooklyn thinks of MPJ, man, because he's a bucket. I think he's averaging like 26 a game right now. I mean, granted, he's doing that on a bad team. That's probably why his stats are inflated. But if they see him as a cornerstone, I don't think they'll do it. But if they are going to do it, that's a good deal. Why not do it? You got expiring contracts. You got draft picks coming in. I mean, I don't see why not. And Rui's still good. I mean, I know how you guys feel about him is like wishy-washy with him, but that's because the Lakers are so offensive heavy. I feel like in the Nets, Rui might actually go off. So
yeah. Well, I like Michael Porter Jr. better than Rui simply because of his defense. I feel like you're giving up an offensive player in Rui and a defensive player in Vanda. You get a little bit of the mix with Michael Porter Jr. That's why I do it for the Lakers.
Yeah.
For the Nets, they overpaid the crap out of Michael Porter Jr. in Denver, $38 million a year.
Yes.
You know, so this is why I think the Nets are trying to get rid of him. You know, this would be a risky trade for the Lakers because he has to fit. If he doesn't fit, then he's just an overbloated contract on the Lakers. You know, so I think both teams take a minor risk. I think it's a bigger risk for the Lakers, believe it or not, because we're trading expiring contracts and very tradable contracts versus a contract that even though he would only have 2 years in total on his contract, it's still a $38 million contract that can hamper you, or it could help you in a bigger move if you include him. So that's interesting to me. For sure. My guy said, I don't like it, says Solo. MPJ is nice, but those injuries are tough. Back injuries are nothing to play with. I agree.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It would be a bigger risk for us than for them. Why I think the Nets would actually do it. Some people think the Nets wouldn't and this, that. You're giving up a lot of value here to make this happen. And again, this was the only way. The Fanspo app only lets you make trades the way the NBA would make them. The salaries have to match. You can't be hard. This, and that. You can't be over, the second apron. You can't take in more salary. So this is the only way this trade literally happens. And I put this trade together because Laker fans are interested in Michael Porter Jr. Well, take a gander. Take a look, guys. This is what it would look like. You have to give up, right? You have to give up a lot to get something good, unfortunately. All right, let's see here. I have another trade for your Knicks. Now, this one's going to be more controversial, my guy. I think I thought of you, and I'm like, he's going to push back on this. But I will explain this trade for you, and then I'll let you think about it. All right, this is the Knicks and the Mavericks. All right, this is the Knicks getting Anthony Davis, Dwight Powell, Brandon Williams, and you get a first-round pick this year. You get the first-round pick because you're giving up the better player, the healthier player in Karl Towns. You guys give up Karl Towns, Yabusele, and that guy you said, that kid you said is pretty good, Pacomi
Dadia, yeah.
Y'all giving him up, but you're getting a first-round pick. You're getting a better defensive player in Anthony Davis when he's healthy. Again, the risk here is you're getting an injured player, so they got to reward you with a first-round pick. They might even be willing to throw in an extra first-round pick. From my point of view, if you're the Knicks, like you said, you have to go for it now. Anthony Davis, when healthy, he's the better defensive player. Offensively, you guys are good in that department already. You need too much offense anyways, and he can hold his own, right? You get Dwight Powell as a backup center because I know same thing with Mitchell Robinson. Sometimes he's hurt. You get Brandon Williams, and you get a first-round pick out of it. That's why I think the Knicks may consider it. The Mavericks, you get Karl Towns. He's healthier than AD, and I think he's a vet. He can definitely help a young player out.
He spaces the floor better for Flag too.
Yep.
But I can
So
see that. I mean, it comes down to AD's health, man. Like, if the Knicks are confident that he can play at least in the playoffs, he can give us a good run in the playoffs. I can see that trade working out. Just because Cat's been playing like dog shit, man. I don't know if you've been keeping up with Cat.
Yeah,
His shooting numbers are down. His scoring in the paint has been down. His assists to scoring, meaning like when he gets the ball from other teammates to score, that's been down. He's been getting his buckets on his own. I guess the team are icing him out or whatever it is. I'm not sure what's going on now, but it's ugly, man. It's real ugly.
Yeah, and I knew that was going to happen with Cat, bro, because I don't think Cat's made for New York or LA, to be honest with you. Like, these are cities that are going to chew you out if you play like a bum. And so, he was good in Minnesota because they're, a smaller market team. They don't expect much, and they cheer anything, basically. Yep. That's not what the Knicks fans do and what the Lakers fans are going to do. So I knew Cat, I was like, ugh, I'm iffy.
I would do it, though. I would do that trade.
This to me is, if you guys – whiff on the Giannis trade, this is like a nice secondary option. You get a first-round pick. You have an extra asset there. You get a player in AD. It's a gamble, but hey, every trade is a gamble, right?
Yeah.
And I think he's just better defensively. I think he fits Mike Brown's system better than Karl Towns for sure. Yeah. Let's see. Solo says AD will definitely fit much better in New York. If he gets his health in order, the Knicks will be scary. I always thought AD next to a center like Mitchell Robinson would be absolutely that would be something. Assuming he's healthy, but it's just everything's a gamble. All right, the last two trades I have. These are game breaker trades, and I put these together before I went live. Lou had no clue about these, but somehow he touched on this because he might think a lot. And that is the first one, groundbreaking trade, man. This one right here destroys the NBA if it happens. Apparently, the Spurs aren't interested in Giannis, but if they were, they land Giannis and Thanasis. They give up Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Dylan Harper, very good young prospect, and 3 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks.
Yep.
Okay.
And if I'm the Spurs, I'm doing that.
In a heartbeat. Listen, you still get to keep De'Aaron Fox. You still get to keep Castle. You still get to keep Wemby. You add Giannis to that. You basically have your core. You gave up Dylan Harper, who's a tremendous good young prospect. That's the price you got to pay. You give up 3 first-round picks in 2 seconds. That's the price that Giannis is worth, in my opinion.
The only thing I think, in my opinion, Milwaukee, if you swap Harper for Castle, I think the deal gets done.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
I think the deal gets done.
Okay. So Harper with Castle and the deal gets done. You know what? If I'm the Spurs, I'm still doing that. You could have took your pick. You could have took your pick, but I'm still doing that. You still got Harper. You still got De'Aaron Fox.
Yep.
The Bucks have a young piece to build with in the future and a bunch of first-round picks. Okay, and these first-round picks aren't exactly all the Spurs. The 2027 one you see on the screen, that one's from Atlanta. If Atlanta starts thinking it up, that might be a lottery pick. Yep. And then they get one in 2029 and one in 2032 because you can't trade consecutive years. And the Spurs cannot trade Fox. They just signed him to a contract, by the way. For those of you saying they would trade Fox, I tried it. Trade Machine says he's untradeable. He just signed him to a contract.
And I don't see Milwaukee taking Fox anywhere.
Absolutely not. No. So again, this to me is, can you imagine Giannis Antetokounmpo and Wemby on the same team, bro? How scary is that?
Yeah. That'll be the best defensive team we've ever seen in our life. I promise you that. I promise you that.
And the Spurs apparently aren't interested, but I think the Spurs are trying to play hard ball. I think they're going to sneak in the 12th hour and try to submit an offer. I would.
I think the Spurs are saying they're not interested because they don't want OKC to get involved. I think that's why they're saying they're not interested. Because I promise you, if OKC gets any sort of win that Giannis might go to San Antonio, OKC's going to pull that trigger, man.
Yeah. No, yeah, well, I'm glad you brought up OKC because that was my other game-breaking trade that I hope that the entire NBA, unless you're a fan of these teams, hope it doesn't happen, okay? Yep. And I'm going to show it to you right now. It is Giannis to the Thunder with Thanasis and Amir Coffey, all to the Thunder for Isaiah Hartenstein, Lou Dort, Isaiah Joe. But this trade here is not a prospect trade. This is a let me get all the draft picks I can get trade and start from scratch since I'm trading Giannis. They get the 2026 first-round pick from via Utah, first-rounder. They get the 2026 via Oklahoma. They get one via Philly. Okay, so that's 3 in this year's draft. Then they get 2027. All right, then they get the 2028, and they get the 2029. I think in total it's like 5 or 6 first-round picks and like 3 second-round picks, bro. For
And if I'm Milwaukee, that's the trade I do. Out of all the trades in the world, that's the one I do, because and if I'm OKC, I do it too, because if you're in consecutive years in the second apron, don't you lose draft picks? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah.
Right. Like if you're back-to-back second apron team, you end up losing a second-round pick or something like that. I don't know what it is, but So OKC, all those picks they have are beautiful, but at some point you're gonna have to get rid of those picks, and this is the guy you get rid of those picks for. You go ahead and get Giannis. So if I'm the OKC Thunder, and as much as I would hate it as an NBA fan, because it's gonna be a whole other Durant to Golden State times 10, but you got to do it if you're OKC. You got to do it,
bro. This trade is scary because when I put it in the trade machine, I'm thinking like the GM of the Thunder and the Bucks. If you're the Thunder, you want to keep J-Dub, so I did that in this trade.
Yep.
You want to keep Chet, so I did that in this trade. You want to keep everybody you can, as much players as you can. You want to put that around Shea, and I got Shea, Giannis, J-Dub, and Chet. That's your core, bro.
Who they gave up on the screen there?
So they basically give up Hartenstein to make the money work. It works. It's a success. Lou Dort and Isaiah Joe. Those are really good veteran players, but they're not needle movers. However, the biggest asset they're acquiring here is all the draft picks. Some of these are going to be lottery picks, by the way.
Yeah, and low key, Hartenstein's good, man. So they're getting a really good center and a whole shit ton of draft picks. Man, that's a done deal.
That's a done deal both ways, if you ask me. And it should happen if I was the Thunder, because, like you said, the window is small because of the CBA. You eventually have to get rid of players. Your window to win is now. You got the next 3 to 5 years to win. If you're the Thunder, you make this happen. And if you're the Bucks, oh man, this is a full reset. And if you want, you can reroute some of these players to other teams for even more picks and young assets. Isaiah Hartenstein has a lot of trade value. Lou Dort's going to have a lot of trade value. Isaiah Joe has some trade value. So it's like this is a full rebuild type of trade for the Bucks right here. This is the type of trade that I'm doing. But I think those 2 trades are nuke trades, bro. These would just blow the NBA out of the water, and it would be really scary for the rest of the league, man. Which one do you think is scarier, Lou? Which one do you think is scarier?
OKC for sure. And it's even scarier because Giannis is the kind of superstar that doesn't care about big cities. He don't care about the limelight and marketing off the court. He just wants to win. He wants to play ball. He wants to win. That's the team that you're going to win. They're already the favorites to win it all now. And you're going to give up Giannis without giving up any of their 8-man rotation. It's crazy, man.
And it could happen. And I've been thinking of the Thunder, been saving all these picks. It has to be for a big trade. And if it's not this trade, it'll be another trade in the future. Maybe Jokic, I don't know, somebody. But it feels like there's no way they're making all those draft picks. You know what I mean? There's no way. They already have enough young talent. They already have enough veterans. They're well-rounded. So, again, trade deadline February 5th, guys. That is going to wrap it up for us really quick. I want to say thank you to Lou, man. As always, man, great takes. I definitely enjoyed the trade machine. If you guys enjoyed the trade machine episode, I'm not sure. I think that the deadline is before next week when we do another NBA Coast to Coast, right? So
it's the 5th, I think, is the deadline.
The 5th. Okay. So, yeah. So, I mean, we might see if we can squeeze in another one earlier in the week if Lou's available. Another trade machine episode with even more trades that we can break down, but that potentially could happen. But this one was really cool, man. I had a lot of fun breaking it down with you, man, and putting some trades together. Maybe next time I'm gonna get with you on a conference call and we put together trades, man. That's what I think I'm gonna do next time.
All right, That sounds good.
We'll make it like that. That way we both have some trades we can break down and dissect.
What's today? The 29th today?
The 29th.
29th. So when is the 1st? What is Monday or Tuesday?
Let me pull up my calendar just to make sure.
I think it's Monday, but it might be wrong. It might be Tuesday.
Yeah, so the 1st is on Sunday.
The 1st is on Sunday?
Yep.
Okay. Well, you let me know.
Actually, if we do an episode on next Wednesday, on the 4th, we can definitely squeeze in another trade machine video. That's a day before the trade deadline. So if you're available then, we can do it then. But make sure you guys go subscribe to my brother Lou, man,
Thank you.
on his channel. He's gonna start putting out content. He's gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna push, bro. Okay, we're gonna make it happen. But you guys gotta show support, man.
And I'm following everybody back. I've seen a few people follow me on there, and I make sure to follow them back. So
let's go.
I'll make sure I do something.
Awesome. So we got his YouTube right here, his Twitter right here, guys. Info posting everything, and his Instagram. Make sure you guys tap in with him. Very knowledgeable, and he knows what he's talking about. Oh, and before I let you go, man, if you don't mind, maybe we can do a prize pick entry.
Yeah. This time I'm gonna go on my gut, man. I was like, last week I was a little like hesitant and stuff, and I should have just went on my gut and said no to certain ones. So I'm gonna go with my gut this time.
You got it, man. Hey, listen, man. We're 50% on these, right? Me and Lou team up for these. So let's see if we can maybe put in 2 today and have some good luck. All right, let's pull it up and see here. If you guys, this video is brought to you and sponsored by Prize Picks. All right, promo code DTLF gets you guys 50 in play credit with your first $5 deposit and play. All right, let's pull it up. Here we have the card. I will tell you what players. Oh, Cade Cunningham, 18.5 points. They have a special going for him versus Philly. Should we pick him up?
Yeah, take it. That's easy.
Yeah, that's the easy one right there for sure. All right, let's see. Let's see who else is of interest here. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves for 33 points. Over under. Should we skip that one? It's kind of risky.
Skip that one, yeah.
All right, let's see. Ant-Man, 26 points versus OKC. Also risky.
That's good.
That's good?
You think so? That's good. I think he can do that, yeah.
All right,
he's always trying to prove a point against SGA, man.
Okay, so let's go over on the. I was thinking the same thing. Let's go over on the 26 right there, and then let's see who else we got here. What stats do you like, man? We got points, rebounds, assists, 3-pointers.
I feel like the easiest ones are like the combo ones, or like rebounds. For some reason, are always pretty good for me. I mean, I did bad last week, so I shouldn't say that.
No, you're good. Prize Picks is like that, bro. It's always gonna be 50-50. You never know. But all right, let's go points, rebounds, assists. Let's see if we can find one that's a home run here. You got Zach LaVine at 22 points, rebounds, and assists.
Against who?
He's going up against Philly tonight. However, the last game he only had 10. Right, so I'm confused. I don't watch Sacramento Kings games. I wonder if they're not playing him. So I'm going to go ahead and skip that over.
Okay.
Let's see. We got Malik Monk. He's been getting it every game. Points, rebounds, assists. He's 5 for 5 in the last 5 games. He's going up against Philly tonight. Should we pick him up? How are you feeling about Malik Monk?
What were the last games? Oh, he played Detroit and did it, and he played Cleveland. Hey, go put him up. Yeah.
All right, let's go. Malik Monk is a hooper, man. Points, rebounds, assists. Let's see what we can do there. Let's see who else we got here. I want one of those players that does everything and gets a lot of minutes. Those are the key right there.
Yeah.
They got Kevin Durant at points, rebounds, assists against Atlanta. He 38.5 is kind of high, no? Don't you think?
It is kind of high, and it's tricky when you're playing bad teams. They usually sit them guys in the 4th.
You're right. Absolutely. Good point.
Yeah. What about Amen? That's Amen?
Yeah. Amen Johnson? Yeah. Points, rebounds. Yeah, he's only hit once. In the past,
but I saw you clicked on Dyson Daniels though. That looked like a good one.
Yeah, Dyson Daniels is interesting because we know he handles the ball a lot, and he's going up against Houston, right? So I feel like this is a team that makes you play scrappy, and you have to elevate your game if you want to play. I always look at that, right?
I'm done.
A player like Dyson, I feel like, can elevate his game versus a team like Houston if he really wants to win. Now, if they come out lazy, then it's raps. But, and then we got Cooper Flag. Now, he's going to be in Charlotte. They don't play no defense, though. You know what I mean? That's one of them teams that just I feel like there's potential to be a gunning game. Then you got LaMelo at 28 points, rebounds, assists. He's only hit twice in the last week, though. He's a goof.
Yeah.
He's a goof. The fact that you only hit twice, bro, you got all that talent. Same thing.
LaMelo's too good to be that bad, man.
Doesn't that suck? Like his talent. How about my boy Max Christie though? He plays
for the Mavericks, right?
Yeah, I think he's been
hooping, man. He's been hooping over there.
I love this kid since he was on the Lakers, bro. So they got him at 20 points, rebounds, assists, and he gets a lot of minutes. He's hit 4 out of the last 5. Should we pick him up? He had an off game.
Go ahead. Yep. Yeah.
He's going Charlotte. Charlotte don't play defense, bro. Charlotte will let you score 150 on him. And then let's see how many I got. 1, 2, 3.
Brandon Williams is another one. Brandon Williams is an easy 20+. They got him at 22. Yeah, he's an easy one. Yeah, he's always dropping 24, 25.
All right.
Good, yeah.
That'll be our first card right there, man. We're gonna do. Let's put 5 on it. Yeah. Let's do. I believe in it, man. Let's do power play, bro.
All right, bet.
If we split it, we go 100 apiece.
All right, that works for me.
I believe in it, bro. and then let's submit that one. Let's do one more for the road, guys. Remember, you guys can follow. You guys can tell. Kimiko posting all the promo codes right there in the chat. So make sure you guys tap in there, man. 2 minds are better than one when you do these. So if you guys want to chime in, you guys have any picks you want to throw in there, let us know. All right. How we feeling about Joel Embiid? Apparently, he's been on fire lately.
He has been. Who they playing? The Kings?
Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna go crazy on the Kings.
All right, so let's go. Let's pick him over. Points.
They don't got nobody over there to stop him.
All right, let's pick a different stat. Let's go with rebounds. Let's go with rebound. Let's see. If you like anybody, let me know, bro. I'm just gonna scroll slowly.
Keyshawn George is a good one because he's a low number and he rebounds a lot. What's his most recent one? Yeah, he's a good one. That's good. I will do that.
All right. Let's pick him up there.
He rebounds a lot. Who we got? These are all rebounders?
All rebounders. So bonus at 11. They got, let's see what else they got. Let's see. Vucevic at 9. Dang, he sucks at rebound. Damn.
Shit, we might want to go under on him.
You think so? He's going to Miami.
Yeah, Miami got some rebounders too. They might just box his ass out. They got Khalil Ware. They got Bam. They got Hawkins.
All right, let's go under him. I trust you.
Go under him, yeah.
Let's see who else. Alperen Sengun. There's Atlanta. Damn, he's been struggling too. He only hit 2 out of 5. What's up with these guys, man? They're allergic to rebounds nowadays.
Yeah, I don't know.
Amen.
To score. Amon's hit or miss.
Let's see. Jalen Johnson. Okay, 4 out of 5 for Jalen Johnson. Should we go there?
Do they got the rebounds assist stat? Not the points.
Yeah, they do. Let me pull it up.
Let's see that one real quick. And go back to Jalen Johnson on that one.
All right, let's see. Let's scroll down.
Yeah. Because that one's more of a safer bet. Because I know if he ain't going to get the 10 rebounds, he's damn sure going to get the 5-6 assists.
Right. If they have him here. I'm not sure they have him here.
Yeah, he might be too much of a sure thing.
So they got him at 17.5 rebounds and assists.
That's good. That's really good.
All right.
That's really good.
Let's pick him up.
He's a guarantee. Sengun too. Sengun at 15. That might be okay. I don't know. What do you think? Nah, you know what?
He's going up against Atlanta, but yeah, Sengun to me is a softie, bro. I don't be trusting.
I'm going with my gut. I'm going with my gut today.
Something about softies, I'm just not a fan of.
I was Dyson and Amen Thompson too.
Let's see Amen.
Amen Thompson's another one that could rack those up.
4 out of 5.
He did it. Yeah, he did it. I'm telling you, I would do him for sure. Pause.
Major yo. Damn. All right. Let's see. How are we feeling about Cooper?
I don't know.
He's a rookie. It's hard to rely on.
Yeah, it's hard, bro. It's hard. Like,
let's see who else. Should we go to? Let's go to a different stat.
Cade. Wait, real quick. Go to Cade, real quick. My fault. Cade? Go to Cade. Yeah, I saw Cade at the bottom there. He's another one that's good for those.
Okay, let's go, Cade. Honeyham. Let's see.
He's another one that's, when it comes to rebounds and assists, he's a good combo one to take.
Okay, so
they got him at 14.5.
Yeah, he's 2 out of 5.
That's too much of a gamble.
Yeah. 2 out of 5. Okay, let's go. How we feeling about ugly ass Dylan Brooks?
Hey, believe it or not, I like that one. I like Brooks.
6. All right, let's go.
I like Brooks.
Let's go with 6. And then he want to be a little try hard when it comes to certain teams. So.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry.
He's playing Detroit.
He's playing Detroit.
Oh yeah. They're the best team in the East. He's gonna for sure show out. Yeah.
All right, let's go power play there too, man. For 5. Feel free to tell guys if you guys want the recap. We picked up Joel Embiid at points, rebounds, assists at 42.5. Keyshawn George at 6.5. Rebounds, we went under on Vucevic at 9 rebounds, going up against the Heat. We went over on Jalen Johnson at 17.5. And we picked up over on Amen Thompson rebounds at 14.5, and Dylan Brooks 6 assists and rebounds.
Before you submit, do they have Keyshawn George in this stat? Do they have him in this one? I would prefer to take him on this stat, the combo.
Let me check. Let me just type him in. Let me type him in as quickly.
All right, bet. It's like Kayshawn. I think it's like KYS or some shit. I think it's KY. I think it's Kayshawn or something.
Oh yeah, Keyshawn George. All right, points,
Let me
rebounds.
let me see what the trending is. Because honestly,
this right here?
yeah. Let me see that one.
All right.
Oh wait, that's points too, though, right?
Yeah, that's points, rebounds, and assists.
Oh, okay.
He says
Hey,
4 out of 5.
do that. Take off the rebound one and do that one.
Okay.
Yeah, add him on that one, and that seems more of a guarantee than the just the rebounds.
Okay.
Because he's been hooping.
Bang. There you go. Bang, bang.
All right, there we go. Yeah.
All right, we're good. Let's do the power play. Again, feel free to tell if you guys want to adjust any of these picks that me and Lou are doing. Do it. Again, this is the recap. Joel, Vucevic, Jalen Johnson, Amen, Dylan Brooks, Keyshawn George, points, rebounds, assists. And we're just going to play a simple little 5. And hopefully we get a big slice of the pie. Again, guys, that is going to wrap it up for us here on NBA Coast to Coast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure to follow my bro Lou. Again, all his information is here in the chat. All the links. Thank you, Kimiko, for posting everything. We appreciate you. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And we'll catch you guys next week. Signing off. All right, Lou.
Okay, guys.
All right, brother. We'll talk soon.
All right.